My name is Amanda Bryant Friedrich, and I am the Vice Provost for Graduate Affairs and Dean of the College of Graduate Studies here at the University of Toledo.
Now tell me about your job here and what an average day or week is like for you. Is there such a thing?
I came here to start my research program. My work is involved in looking at the causes of disease. So we look at disease cause from a very basic molecular level. I started out here bringing in students who would make new molecules that could possibly one day turn into medications.
Women in STEM. It probably wasn't a big thing when you were going through school, was it?
I was at a historically black college for undergraduate, so my classes were full of women. Going to graduate school across town at Duke, then my classes were all full of men. And I decided to do organic chemistry, which is traditionally male, and there became fewer and fewer women the higher I went, and no black women.
And you are an African-American woman.
Sure enough.
In the sciences.
Yes.
What has that experience been like?
It's been difficult at times. I was academically a bit underprepared for the rigor of the program. And unfortunately, I was also African American, or fortunately, because at the time then people had the expectation that I wasn't going to do well. And then I came back to Detroit. That was my first place where I worked when I came back, and that was really hard because people didn't really want to accept me into the academy. It was just like, where did she come from and why is she here kind of thing.
What is that like? I mean, when you come up against resistance?
It comes in all different forms. There are things where people have an expectation that you will accept less because you're less than, or people will make comments really about saying things like those people when referring to people who look just like you. So you hear negative comments about students of color or students from underrepresented backgrounds, and so you know then how they really think about those things, and that's hard.
And does it help your students now, seeing a woman who looks like them heading up a program, and a very important woman here in this university as well?
It does. It's and in my research, I do research here with a lot of students. I'm very careful to make sure that I have students from around the world. I have men, I have women. I want this to be an inclusive environment.
Tell me about when you found out that you're being honored this year.
So it was so funny to me. I got the telephone call and I was shocked because I had no idea that anyone would ever consider me for this. For me to get recognized for what I do, that was overwhelming for me. So I'm incredibly humbled by it because, like you and I just talked about, there are incredible women in Toledo.
The WISE mission of YWCA Northwest Ohio is dedicated to eliminating racism, empowering women, and promoting peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. What does that sentence mean to you?
Oh my gosh, that's everything I live for. I feel like education is the key, because if you are educated, then you can get resources. You figure out ways to do things, and that brings you so much self-esteem, and you just feel good about yourself. I had to tell young women what I thought that they needed to hear, is that they have to be honest with themselves, because if they can't be honest with themselves, who can they be honest with? That is probably the most important thing that anybody can ever learn, because then you can honestly tell other people, this is who I am, this is what I am, and this is why I am.